the first step into a final stream of 2025 unreleased bogus style is if for a little context, in 2024 on the final day of the year, I reacted to TommyNFG's the 2024 timeline, and as you can tell right here, he officially made a 2025 timeline, which honestly, considering that he made this 9 days ago, aka December 21st, and honestly, I think he was a little too early, if I'm gonna be honest, because there's still so much shit that happens throughout the final few days of December he didn't cover. Not only that, but he had to edit this down and stuff like that, so honestly, I think he was too early, but still, I genuinely enjoyed watching the 2024 timeline last year, so it'll be nice to look back at all the amazingly negative things that happened this year, but even in its description says this is an educational video in 2025 in society. So yeah, this is fully educational. There's like no bias or stuff like that. I'm the one who's gonna be adding the bias and stuff like that. All right, but yeah, we're gonna start this stream off by reacting to the 2025 timeline. I will make this like a separate part of the final VOD. I will make sure to credit Tommy in the description and stuff like that. So yeah. Time to go ahead and take a look back at 2025 events and sit down, relax. This is gonna be a bumpy one, I can guarantee you that much. Go full screen. There we go. And let's look back. I will make sure.
Sorry.
I will pause accordingly and talk about topics that I do want to talk about as well. I'll try not to just react Andy this stuff and say nothing. Also, I did see the opening here, and honestly, the beginning's just the mood.
Sorry, I had to take a drink because this year's been a lot. 2025 is officially over. This year for me,
Thank
out of
God,
all the 2020s, has felt as close to 2020 as can be. As in a world event happening every month with a mix of dumb brain rot memes to distract us from it. You know how this goes.
Yep.
I thought I would do a
Also, I didn't know that was the Arkham origin for 6-7, by the way, but I'm sure Tommy will talk about it whenever like the trend of going 6-7 and then doing that hand thing started, but unironically, it might be one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Timeline on everything that happened this year that we actually cared about, because a lot of these timelines and recaps every year are trash or boring to me. We cover the juicy politics, pop culture, memes, social media, entertainment like always. So without
expect a lot. I only watched the opening, but I can guarantee that there's gonna be a lot of politics surrounding a certain person this year. So at this point, you could probably make a shot game with this video honestly.
Further ado, let's go over the 2020.
All right, this is I can already see the. Oh my God, this is already. Oh God, dude. We're strapping. When I say strap in, I truly mean it. It's gonna be fucking bumpy. And also, I can see Roblox right there. So if he might actually talk about. I wonder if he's gonna talk about Schlep, because that stuff free Schlep was a really big thing. Was probably the biggest thing in Roblox this year, along with the Hatch incident.
25 timeline. January 2025. We start off.
And that image, him just saying January 2025 with that image was like, that's all. This is all I've seen so far. And let me tell you something. Like, that image right there was like already the beginning of the end for 2025, and the year just started.
The year with it officially being the first year Gen Beta babies are being born in, and their generation will go from January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2039. Which means this generation is the main generation Gen Z's kids are gonna come from.
I'm scared.
Yeah, these kids are totally gonna be f***ed up.
It will be the
Yep. I'm scared for them.
first generation being mainly raised by kids who grew up with the internet. So to my fellow Gen Zers, can we agree on at least 3 rules? Number 1, no iPads no matter what. Number 2, no parenting, but no super harsh, abusive boomer type of parenting. And number 3, no politics to the kid and let them just be kids.
Those are good rules. I've seen back when I worked at a restaurant and in the restaurant business, I see at least like once a week I see some people, I see like families coming in with kids on their iPads. That is not good parenting at all. Like you have to like the iPad should not be there for your kid. It's you who should be there. Let me go back and all right, but yeah, the iPad keep the iPads away from the kids. If you're gonna do it, make sure it's like you have like it's built properly for the kids. Like no, like them watching like stuff they shouldn't. No, like just AI garbage they're indulging in, stuff like that. I say AI garbage because like the AI sphere has been getting larger and larger, but it's I guess and the kids are susceptible, so they might think that's actually good stuff. They might grow back and realize how cringe it was, but. Yeah, moral of the story, if you're going to grow up and be a parent, look after your children. Second rule here, I'm going to also agree on. Make sure you discipline your kids properly. Because if your kid grows up to be like a horrendous person, like if they're found out to bully someone to the brink of suicide, exile them from your family. Like just punish them as hard as you can.
Boomer type of parenting. And number 3, no.
And this one, I cannot stress. This one's an amazing agreement because, like, politics is like the top thing that would easily tear friendships apart. Especially in today's day and age with how high tension this stuff can be. God help us all.
Politics to the kid and let them just be kids. If I see one of y'all post some like this with your kids, I'm blocking you.
Everybody's been freaking out lately about the Epstein emails. But has anybody noticed something? People act like they finally got Trump, even though there's still no actual evidence. Just the same nothing burger with extra seasoning. Here's the
Boy, if you don't get your squiggly
you're actually stupid.
Funny thing is, in the future, I know for a fact I'll see each type of these kids and know exactly how they were raised. Mr. Beast officially gets engaged to his girlfriend in Mr. Beast merch. Come on, Jimmy. We couldn't at least do the marriage without permission. Apple agrees to
fucking why
pay $95 million to settle a Siri
let me go back.
Feastables. Apple agrees to pay $95 million to settle a Siri privacy lawsuit. And as long as you own a Siri-enabled device from 2014 to 2024, you can get a whopping $20 per device. Also something to note.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Is that $95 million is about 9 hours of profit for them, so I guess we take our wins where we can. Give me my 20. The Breaking Bad house gets
at this point, just give me my money. At this point, any money is good money.
Listed as the owner is officially ready to sell it. She definitely got mad at all the YouTubers and TikTokers trying to film it. Every day she was crashing out at somebody pulling up to her house. And it's going for a wonderful, cheap and affordable $4 million. Which is 10 times the amount it actually should cost. But with something that historical, I say it's worth the price.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, officially resigns. Mainly due to being highly unpopular in the country. But in the end, he bagged Katy Perry, so who's really winning? California gets...
Damn. Oh. I thought Trudeau was still in... So who... Maybe it's Tom will explain who is in office now.
Devastated by a round of wildfires, which burned about 57,000 acres or 90 square miles of land. Scared. And for some reason, they were just unprepared for it completely. Like, they ran out of water so fast. How the f are y'all the highest tax state and don't have prepared? If my house got burned down, I would have took my bags and immediately left to another state to never come back. Tom.
Yeah. Also, going back. I don't know. I want to add on to this, but I really can't because, like, I am probably one of the farthest. I was like the farthest away I could be from these fires, but considering that it's like LA and stuff like that, like this affect. God, I can't say anything else. The fact that they had said they were heavily unprepared, like, come on.
90 square miles of land, and for some,
you should be prepared for stuff like this. Especially with wildfires that could start in like the most stupidest of ways. Like, come on, man.
For some reason, they were just unprepared and don't have prepared. If my house got burned down, I would have took my bags and immediately left to another.
Now, stuff like this is why I'm probably gonna even when I grow up and like in my own life, I'm still probably gonna stay around the east. Maybe not necessarily the coast, but I'm still gonna stay around the eastern part of the states because I like it over here.
State to never come back. Tom Holland and Zendaya get officially engaged. Trump gets sentenced
Congrats.
to 0 jail time over his 34 felony convictions. Sometimes
he gets sentenced to being the fucking president of the United States. America's a joke.
You gotta give respect on how the fuck he even ends up getting away with this. It would have been so funny seeing him trying to be president from a jail cell, though. NASA announces that
You should how did he not get arrested? He should be suffering jail time. This will probably be a recurring theme throughout my reaction to this shit, but
2024 was officially the hottest year on record, surpassing 2023, which is said every year. Do we even need a statement on this anymore? Bonnie Blue breaks the record for the most men slept with in 12 hours, being 1,057 men. And according to her account, she had to hire 16 staff for it, and only took in the 12 hours.
What's it? Hold on. Is that the same? Never mind. I saw the 1,000. I saw 1,000 people. I was like, is this the girl that tried to have sex with 1K people? But I think they're different people.
Hours, 6 minutes of breaks. Yeah, I believe this as much as I believe Epstein ended himself in that cell. Bonnie Blue probably turned a lot of non-religious people religious this year because the amount of depravity was wild. Sadly, the way the world works, there will be someone who comes along eventually that is worse than her. We're at 40, aka
take out someone like that, another person will only just take their place. Only it's just factual, unfortunately.
Some would say the miracle powder sent from above officially gets banned in America, and companies have until 2027 to change it. Almost every country has had it banned for years or decades by now, by the way, but a win is a win? South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol gets...
Oh, it's Joe. What's he doing there? Also, I guess I'll bring this up now before he talks about it, but can we just talk about how much better Joe looks compared to Trump? Like, I'm not sure if this is when he officially stated that he had cancer, but, like, he looks so much better than him.
Gets arrested on charges for trying to start an insurrection when he randomly imposed martial law in the country. See, I'm American, so...
Oh, is this this is the guy that uplifted the martial law? Hold on, we gotta go back.
A win is a win? South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol gets arrested on charges for trying to start an insurrection when he randomly imposed martial law in the country. See, I'm American, so I didn't know you can actually go to jail for things like this.
And this is what should have happened to that's what should have happened to Trump on this day. Ugh, this is genuinely one of the most disgusting days in America. Like, everyone that got arrested during this has been pardoned now, unfortunately.
Is that how things are usually supposed to work? The earliest evidence of a human transportation vehicle gets found in New Mexico. It's assumed to be about 22,000 years old, and this is the potential sketch scientists have come up with. Nah, it was actually this, but can you imagine? TikTok shuts down in America on the night of January 8th, 2025.
And then it doesn't.
The unemployed were scrambling at what they were gonna do with their time. Gooners raided the White House in rage of their goons going away. And worst of all, you can no longer watch TommyNFG's TikToks when he uploads on there once a month.
It's all damn. I still think I'm one of the only people who never use TikTok. So this didn't even affect me in the slightest. And even if it did, I could still find other shit to do. I'm set. I don't need TikTok, honestly. Like, for future reference, if you ever see unreleased bogus on TikTok, it's not me. It's someone, either they're impersonating me or it's a sheer coincidence that they decided to call themselves unreleased bogus on TikTok. You'll never see me with the app. So, yeah, just future reference. So, can't wait for Tommy to talk about how this was reversed the next day.
For 12 hours later, it to be unbanned and everything to go back to normal. This ban was the equivalent of the Weenie Hut Junior's ride in SpongeBob. And of course,
and here we are. As literally this just shows that this is one of the biggest stunt performances in history, or a publicity stunt. As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S. That man pioneered it to be banned in the U.S. during 2020, by the way. This was just a big publicity stunt. It just was.
Pop up with a mess.
It might not be 100% proof, but there's a lot of decisive evidence to say it. Just saying.
Thanking the savior of TikTok, the one and only Donald Trump. Even though he wanted it banned a couple of years ago, I guess the boomer got intel that he's got his own Glazers on there too. And speaking even more of Trump, he officially gets sworn into the American presidency, making him the 47th president. And also
this isn't also educational. This is like historically the first president. I think this is the first president to have both terms in separate times.
Second and final term as constitutionally possible. Just kidding.
Exactly.
It's the year 2036 and Trump is officially serving his 5th term as president. Winning in a 99% landslide with no tampering proven by a team of people he chose to pick. That's a joke, by the way, guys. Hopefully.
Yeah,
also, the
I believe it.
went pretty normal, I would say. Typical presidential things with leaders from both political parties present. Nothing off at all, and we can move on from this because it was totally normal.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. Fuck you, Elon. You're a disgusting pig. I knew he was gonna show. I knew whenever he got to the inauguration, he was gonna show. He was gonna show Musk doing the fucking Hitler salute. If you want more, there's your proof that Musk is fucking disgusting. And also, this never happened. It's still Gulf of Mexico. I don't care. Go fuck yourself if you think if you genuinely call it the Gulf of America. Like this is a red flag. If you call it the Gulf of America, you call Twitter X, those are red flags. Stay away from those people. They are not good.
Mexico gets renamed to Gulf of America, which for some reason was the top of priority first day. Netflix raises all of its subscription prices.
And then he also goes on track to say that there's only 2 genders in America. Trump too. That's false. That's false, I suppose. But honestly, I don't understand how like more than 2 genders work. Honestly, I'm not that educated in that hemisphere of the queer community. So I'll just leave that to professionals. And also this, but
as they do every year in a greedy manner, with the standard price going from $15 to $18 a month, and the premium price going from $23
not the
a
worst.
month to $25. Luckily,
honestly, that one's just fair because you want to even it out. But even then, I still think Netflix might be winning still. Especially the fact that if I'm correct, K-pop Demon Hunters came out this year, and that became like one of the most viewed movies of like all time on streaming services. So like, Netflix is good. They're tight. They're chilling.
For me, my costs have gone from $0 a month to $0 a month. I mean, I watch everything in as legal of an avenue I can, but just know I can't give you the sites I watch on. Kanye West officially becomes a billionaire again. And not only 1 billion, but 2.7 billion. Some things are guaranteed in life. Oxygen, taxes, and Kanye becoming a billionaire again no matter how much he digs himself in a hole. New York.
Yep. And hold on, we got a butt to ban real quick. While I talk about that, there's the other forbidden thing is that Kanye West is still not over the South Park fish sticks joke. I genuinely think he's still over. I genuinely think he's still not over that. And if I'm correct, I think it actually aged like wine too. Like, I don't know how, but yeah.
New York for the first time in 30 years has no shootings for 5 days in a row. Sad that we have to celebrate things like this, but this is the standard we've reached now.
That just goes to show how corrupt this state can be. Like, I was able to finally visit New York again. God bless the place. It looks genuinely like this place genuinely looks beautiful to live in. But stuff like that, like the fact that it was 5 days and no shootings, like that just comes to show how scary these states can be and like how out of control like gun violence and stuff like that can be, and no controls being put on it.
Now, Nvidia loses $589 billion stock value in a day, making it the largest stock loss in a day in US history. This was due to DeepSeek, a Chinese competitor, making a similar AI to the rest for not even close to how much US companies spend. That AI bubble is hitting a real clock, and one way or another, it's coming down. The weekend...
It's gonna pop. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, moving on.
Releases his album Hurry Up Tomorrow, selling 490,000 copies first week and becoming one of the highest sold albums of the year. The memes of this...
Oh, I thought he was gonna talk about the fucking movie that came out. Oh my god, I've heard nothing but badness about it. Oh, so now think about it. He made a movie to promote his fucking album. That just comes to show how much money The Weeknd has that he could just do that. And what were our memes? Oh, great, TommyNFG. What were our memes this year in this month?
Were things like Elon Musk salute, the Goonaside, I've played these games before, dog closing eyes, and unemployment guy.
Okay, the last 3 memes were actually pretty good, but Did we seriously meme this?
Salute the Guna.
I don't even know what this one is, but this was a good meme. This was a good meme.
Before, dog.
Honestly, nah, I think this meme will actually debut this year, but no shit, it's in the 2025 timeline by TommyNFG, but I didn't know it was actually in January, but this was a good meme.
Guys, and unemployment.
I don't think enough people. This one kind of died off, but the amount of stuff that came out of this was amazing. So yeah, unemployment guy, I salute you.
February 2025. Trump
There's Kendrick.
The start of the U.S. trade war, hitting Canada with a 25% tariff and a 10% tariff on energy imports.
Is illegal
Mexico
tariff
with a 25% tariff on all their imports, and China with a 10% tariff on top of what was already on it. Throughout this whole year, the whole tariff thing can be best described as a toxic relationship where one person runs back every time. With Trump, it's basically do now.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing, dude? Oh, we gotta
figure out
going.
when actually gets up, pull out, or getting some type of gift or crown from a country.
He's dozing off. Oh my god.
I can't even put in out.
I'm talking over Tommy. I'm that disgusted by this pig.
Or getting some type of gift or crown from a country, then dropping the tariff immediately on the country. I can't even put in this video what country and what day they may have been tariffed because it'll be too much. Luka Doncic, who is one of the top NBA players right now, gets randomly traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Lakers. I'm not even a big basketball fan like this, but the way this shook up social media for the day was crazy. And it was even worse considering
I'm not into sports, so I wouldn't know anything.
Traded for a player that's considered utterly washed now. Like, for y'all that don't get it, LeBron James and one of the top young NBA players are now on the same team. It's basically like having Kakashi and Naruto tag team on a fight. People were making up allegations saying it had to be some form of witchcraft for someone to pass this deal. Luka himself didn't even know it was gonna happen. You could see people stop everything in their tracks just to react to this.
That can't be real.
That's a world turned upside down, I can tell you. The groom stuff the wedding party. Was it really that crazy that you had to stop your wedding? That's alright.
No, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Put it. No way.
Fuck me. That's just shit. This just shows how out of loop I am with sports. I never knew this happened. I didn't realize that the magnitude of this shit. Oh my god.
Because why would you trade Luka? He's 25 years old, the face of the Mavericks. He has put that team on his back. He is a spring chicken in his prime.
This has to be like
there's
FBI,
Jinxie.
Right?
Well, I'm blocking.
No. This has to be like the Federal Bureau of Intelligence.
To this day, people still.
This actually went over me during February. I'm so shocked.
I don't know why this trade happened, and everyone got used to it. Kanye had one of the worst crash outs in his history of crash outs, and that's saying a lot if you know his history.
You hear about
fish sticks.
Slavery for 400 years. For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Are you high?
On the night of February 6th, 2025, 9:03 p.m., Kanye decided to start off with the words, free Puff. Throughout the next week of him tweeting, he decided to make a tweet
this is his,
worse
like...
than the last. Tweeting, I love now what Virgil. Virgil, by the way, was one of his best friends in the industry before he died of cancer. So he's making fun of his friend who died of cancer. And to end it off, he tweeted to everybody that this was supposed to be some sort of social experiment. Yeah, buddy, you ain't Mr. Beast, alright? We could have came up with a better excuse.
With the history of crash outs, Kanye, I don't think anyone wants to, like, no one wants to be with you anymore. You're morally bankrupt. Like the guy on screen right now. Mr. Beast should not be, like, this man is so like, ever since fucking last year when Dogpack called him out, I cannot respect him anymore. Like, I know this is supposed to be about Kanye, but I gotta bring this up again, because I will always have my voice be heard and never rest about how morally bankrupt Mr. Beast is.
It didn't even matter, though, because right after that, he tweeted, I don't like that I said social experiment. I tweeted everything I felt, and I'm not fixed nothing. F everyone. He also somehow managed to air a Super Bowl ad while the Super Bowl was happening. Not everywhere, but in a couple places.
That's where he spent his $billion. He's probably not a billionaire anymore.
Which is still crazy because who the hell gave this clearance?
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So.
Oh god, those teeth.
now, Kanye's tweets are all deleted, and we'll be waiting until the villain returns back as he usually does.
At this point, send Kanye to an insane asylum. He's like, I don't know what the world thinks of him anymore. Like, Kanye was like a once in a lifetime legend, and now this is what happened to him. Like, Kanye, you had everything at your disposal, and now you just threw it all away like that. Like, come on, dude. You were set for the rest of your life.
Philadelphia Eagles won the season, and we'll be waiting until the villain returns back as he usually does. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl in their second ever win, overcoming the Taylor Swift.
Congratulations.
It was really a win for all of humanity. Kendrick Lamar's halftime show became the most watched in history with 133 million viewers.
Deserved.
Apple and Google.
Kendrick's halftime show is definitely a very special one. Definitely not because he got to sing "Not Like Us" and have an entire Super Bowl called Drake a pedophile with it. Trying to strike a chord. It was probably A minor. Like, Kendrick won. And now think about it. I also saw some artists like drawing Kendrick. Like, they actually drew Kendrick in Super Bowl fit during that session. It was really cool.
Bring back TikTok to their app stores for people to finally be able to download it again after the ban. Which is funny because everyone that kept it downloaded was able to use it after the ban got lifted. But if you deleted the app, you had to still wait for the app stores to put it back up. Lazy.
I actually never knew this happened, and even then, still didn't download it.
I got apps on my phone for years I haven't used. Elon Musk has his 13th child with political commentator Ashley St. Clair. You probably could ask...
What do you mean he's got a 13th child? That's another child that he's not going to care for. Hell, I think King Henry VIII cared for his children more than Musk.
Elon to name all 13 of his children and he couldn't do it. The only time you're good to Elon is when he can flex you around as a prize when you're 3 and 4. Now he's...
By the way, this man said the woke mind virus killed my son to one of his children becoming trans, by the way. Musk is disgusting. Once again, I'll be a broken record on this, but I will forever condemn like those kind of people till I die.
Beefing with her, and I think he has beef with all of his baby mamas. With her alleging she had to sell her Tesla just to be able to take care of their child. There's who make 40K a year who defend people like Elon, by the way. The inventor of Nutella sadly passed away, giving all of Americans diabetes with his invention. We truly do thank you for your service. Apple.
One of the great, I haven't really had Nutella in a while, but dude, genuinely rest in peace. That, like, he made an amazing confection. Maybe not the healthiest, but it's definitely a loved one.
Removes its safety features in the UK after their government required it. The reason the UK government did it is to combat crimes and stating that criminals use it because they're protections. I'm sure people's data won't be tampered with and won't get hacked by foreign.
Yeah, that's an L.
SpongeBob.
Oh, it's a Razer laptop. Well, I want to go back. Hold on.
I'm sure people's data won't be tampered with and won't get...
Yeah, give this man's Razer laptop a few years, and then it becomes a hunk of junk. Speaking from experience, because, well, at this point, I've been using this laptop to stream for 2 years now.
Get hacked by a foreign entity to be abused. SpongeBob becomes the longest running animated children's show in history. It beat Arthur, which aired for 25 seasons until 2022. It would have been better if they ended the show like 10 years ago, though.
That, I do agree with that statement, but at this point, I feel like I'd much rather have my child watch modern day SpongeBob instead of like some AI shit again. I'm always gonna resort to AI because it's dog shit. Let me go back just to make sure I don't miss out on anything with Tommy. Expect me to do a lot of this, by the way, because I don't want to miss out on anything that Tommy says. Like, I've already talked over him a few times, so I want to give him the respect of the floor.
Until 2022. It would have been better if they ended the show like 10 years ago, though. Friedrich Merz wins Germany's elections to become chancellor. Trump announces the gold card, a visa that wealthy foreigners and basically anyone who can cough up $5 million can get a path to citizenship. I got it for
Who's getting this?
free. It sucks to suck for them. And you could just tell by the look of the card that Trump 100% designed it by himself.
I don't think that's much up, but this is so stupid. Instead of saving America, He does that.
A Japanese professor comes up with a calculation that according to trends now, Japan will only have one child in 695 years. Which means we'll no longer have Japanese food, we'll no longer have anime, and worst of all, no more maid cafes. Someone's gotta stop this horror. It's only gonna get worse. I'm volunteering to step up. The plan I
But I never heard of this, and what?
would come up with there is everyone gets 2 years off except the essential workers, so things still run, and you all gotta have a baby within these next 2 years to help the population survive. The memes of this month were things
that is such a weird thing. I don't know.
Like cave diver, artists who can't versus can sing, Gulf of America, and aura farming. March
February was the aura farming, the Arkham Origins.
Gotta have a baby within these next
2
years
years my
to help
meme.
the population
All right,
survive.
meme
The memes
review
of this
for
month were
myself.
things like cave
The cave diving stuff was good. Oh, there was like, I don't remember the name, but there was like this group of goobers that reacted to like cave diving videos, and they were pretty funny. Yeah, honestly, the cave diving stuff was pretty funny.
Artists who can't versus
This stuff doesn't matter. This stuff kind of sucked, honestly. This is like
can sing, Gulf of America,
garbage,
and aura farming.
Aura farming, honestly, I think the term aura farming might be the biggest thing that happened this year in meme culture. Personally, I think
March 2025. John Cena turns heel in the WWE for the first time.
Villain.
His character goes from hero to villain.
Traitor.
This was big considering he's been known as John Cena, the guy who takes pics with Make-A-Wish kids all the time. So with him now, instead, we'll see him give those kids RKOs. Trump gives the longest State of the Union speech in United States history, being 1 hour and 40 minutes. This is how I know my ass could not be in government, because I'd probably be dead sleeping after 30 minutes of listening to that.
Yeah. And wonder what he talked about, because I bet you a lot of it was a whole lot of nothing.
Create a hydrogel that can heal cuts 90% in 4 hours and be fully done in 24 hours. We really got to be thankful for the times we were born in, because by the time most of us are old, we're gonna have diseases and things resolved that we wouldn't even have thought was possible 50 years ago. Could you imagine?
Exactly. Like, we might have like fucking 2085, we might finally have a common cold cure.
Being born a bit early and telling a doctor in the 1500s you had a headache and they drilled a hole in your skull to relieve the pain, then gave you meth mixed with coke as a painkiller. A lot of people would still voluntarily go back with those. We don't know when this is gonna come out because it's still in its testing phase. Just know that all the scientists are gonna randomly die the night before releasing it due to mysterious circumstances. Playboy Carter.
It's not like that happened already this year.
His album I Am Music officially drops. The most anticipated rap album of the year, and I would say the century. For anyone that listened to it the morning it came out, you were all good and it went smooth. For anyone that stayed up to listen at midnight,
this was the worst album drop experience in history.
I was streaming that night to listen, and never in my life have I seen an artist delay his album on the release night 4 times. In the middle of the
4 times. How long though? Because I had to deal with a worser delay. If we're back in Lumion Legacy when Atlantean Part 2 came out, it was supposed to come out October 28th. They delayed it on the day it was supposed to come out. I got nobody was happy.
The album drop, he was calling Kai Cenat and doing this.
Hey man, I love y'all nigga like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love y'all like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown in here. Like, I ain't no mystery shit. But like, I just like to be myself. You know what I'm saying? I got too much sweat, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I literally have no idea what this guy's saying.
What's the estimate? What they talking about, Cardi?
We had to wait 2 years for the Part 2 update. Okay, whenever on the day we were supposed to get it, October 28th. All right, oof. Welcome back to the way. But on the day we were supposed to get it, it got delayed again on the day it was supposed to come out. This guy delayed his shit 4 times. Probably in like the same hours, but like, that shit is stupid.
Shit,
For 4 years of wait time, you would expect this to be like the Thriller of rap. A lot of people thought it was good, but they still liked his other albums better. I mean, even Google has it at a 63%. It sold 298,000 first week, but Cardi said it's actually 320,000 because they didn't include physicals and digital sales. And he might be right, because so far it's the most sold rap album this year. Gas prices hit a 4-year low in America. NASA astronauts who were
good. Hell, the gas prices near me have definitely dropped, but wonder what means was required to get that.
Stranded in space for 9 months hit a 4-year low in America. NASA astronauts who were stranded in space for 9 months officially make it back to Earth after a save mission. They were supposed to be in space for 8 days, but due to technical issues, NASA had to keep delaying it, which somehow got delayed to 9 months. One of them could—
How do you do that? Imagine being stuck in space for 9 months. That would genuinely scare the shit out of me. So, like, if that genuinely happened to me, I might as well just die up there. But I'm injecting myself into the air, into the space.
I had a kid and bring it back to Earth when you really think of it. NASA, y'all get way too much of my tax money to be fumbling this. Like, come on. And out of all companies, SpaceX was the one to send the capsule to bring them back. This might be the only W thing Elon has done this whole year.
Wow. And yeah, that's the good representation of what Elon's life is like.
Finland gets ranked as the world's happiest country for the 8th year in a row. The World Happiness Report includes satisfaction, trust, social support, and freedom. Some other countries to note is the US being in 24th, right next to the UK being in 23rd, Israel being in 8th. I guess it's easy when you don't care about the people right next to you getting 5 bombs dropped on them an hour. And the last country that barely made the top 25 is Belize, which is crazy considering Belize's population is around 420,000. The original Family Guy pilot.
Less people means more higher the chances of that happening. So you know what, power to you, Belize.
Finally gets found. And everyone oddly looks different colors, and Quagmire looks like this. Would have been better if they kept him looking like a typical normal guy and not the freak we know now. NBA YoungBoy.
And hell, honestly, that might be. Imagine if. Oh man. You know, I think a lot of people forget that Seth practically made Family Guy and was successful mainly because he missed a flight. And that flight was supposed to be, and that flight that he had was literally was September 11, 2001. AKA, he was literally set to go on one of the doomed flights, but due to a hangover and him drinking too much, he literally saved himself, and then went on to make Family Guy and just become a successful man. Let me just go back and just listen, because I think I actually talked over him, so let me just go back.
Is around 420,000. The original Family Guy pilot finally gets found, and everyone oddly looks different. This happened, the Atlanta streets roar now. NBA YoungBoy gets released from prison. Some say the day this happened, the Atlanta streets roared with thunder. YN's got
time travel to cancel. Time travel tried to cancel Family Guy. Uh-oh. I guess they did.
From prison. Some say the day this happened, the Atlanta streets roared with thunder. YN's got ready to put on the tightest black jeans they could find on Shein. Nike Tech's got blown off and dusted off, ready to serve at YoungBoy's will. So far, he's managed to not do anything arrestable in a year, which to me shows he's changed and perfectly sane in the streets. Aiden Ross gets unbanned on Twitch after 2 years of being banned. Doesn't seem like he'll stream on there anytime soon, and if he's gonna keep acting like his kick self, he'll probably get banned forever if he does anyway. Memes of this month were
honestly, can we just arrest Aiden at this point? He's such a shitty person. Like, so many people that are so many like the top people, honestly, yeah, excuse me, but I guess, I mean, honestly, this shit speaks for itself, I guess. Anyways, great TommyNFG. What were the memes of March?
Things like Italian brain rot.
Oh! I paused to talk. I paused because I was about to see about the Italian brain rot, and then I see fucking Ashton
Hall morning routine, JD Vance Photoshop, and the 2025 meme drought. April 2025 routine.
What do you mean the meme drought? The Ashton Hall morning routine was what was enough for that. That shit hydrated memes, dude.
Memes of this month were things like Italian.
But yeah, Italian brain rot is an absolute L. This shit's never. Fuck this shit.
Brain rot. Ashton.
The morning routine was honestly pretty good. Honestly, it gave a lot of popularity to Ashton Hall and mainly the water bottle company Saratoga, which honestly I like to drink if I'm gonna be set on the road for like a few hours. I grab a couple of bottles of Saratoga as hydration. So like literally this meme helped Saratoga get some value out of it. So honestly, good on you, Ashton, but honestly, no one remembers your morning routine. You kind of fell off in the meme space, so yeah.
Hall morning routine, JD Vance Photoshop, and the 2025 meme drought. April 2025. U.S. freedom finally liberates the country again when Trump launches sweeping tariffs on every country. Doesn't matter if you're a country that's a friend, doesn't matter if you're a country that only has penguins on it and no humans. I'm actually not joking, that's a country that got tariffed. As long as you existed on this god green earth, you were hit with a tariff. Countries were finally gonna pay their dues to the US. And ignore every leading expert who's been studying this for decades saying this would cause
one of Rocky Road and
economic disaster and consumers are the only ones who actually pay it. The US needs its revenge. Over 96 countries on this day were hit with a tariff, and different ones have different rates. In total now, the US has a tariff on a total of 157 countries. Some overtime got removed,
should be
some
illegal.
overtime got increased. It really depends on his mood on a certain day. If you give him a crown, negative 1,000% tariff. But if you talk very meany, 1,000% plus increase. Eminem becomes a granddad after his daughter has a baby boy, which is amazing and congrats, but can someone just tell him to hang it up now? Minecraft movie releases.
Honestly, it's nice to see Eminem having a really nice life though. Also, Minecraft movie. I'll let Tommy talk then.
Even though it was pretty trash and people were hating on it from the start, memes might have been the thing that single-handedly saved this movie from flopping. People were dressing up as Minecraft characters to watch it in theaters. People were blatantly destroying movie theaters for a meme. Let's give a moment of silence for all the movie theater employees that had to experience that for a whole weekend.
Is this the one where we got the chicken? More. Oh, there it is. This is the biggest clip.
Drake passes the Beatles.
Anyways, but yeah, Minecraft movie sucks. It was garbage. And my audience did do like the reaction stuff. Like they cheered at Chicken Jockey, but they were actually civil about it and didn't throw anything. They went Chicken Jockey, clapped, and then we moved on. So yeah. And not only that, but like the audience I was with were like more children, so the fact that children were more civil than those in those few cinemas with like young adults and like college fuckers really comes to show how mature some people can be, guys.
To become the artist with the most weeks charting on the Billboard 200, with his albums charting for 3,300.
Certified Lover Boy, Certified Pedophile got this.
Their last album was in 1970. Meanwhile, Drake is dropping new bangers every year like Me Pop.
I want to meet your madre, pay my respects.
Time in U.S. history, women over 40 and older are now having more babies than teen moms. Which I'm kind of concerned on two things. Concerned at the fact that women can no longer afford to be able to even have kids in their mid-20s and 30s anymore. And I'm also concerned at how the was the teen pregnancy rate that high? Man, dudes in the 60s.
That's the thing that I'm truly concerned about. I'm gonna move on. I don't want to think
60s,
about
70s, and 80s did not do age checks. I know a lot of this shift is mainly due to more women having careers now and better fertility treatment, but no one can deny affordability. Like, I don't see myself having kids in my 20s or even early 30s. The Chinese
Same. I don't want children ever. Like, if I ever get married to a woman, like I don't want children. Like, if they do want children, I'm not honestly. I don't know if I would actually officially marry them. Like, I want someone that, I guess, has the same alignments as me. So, if that makes sense.
Yuan fell to the lowest rate it's been in 18 years. Mainly due to the trade war it was having with the US, and they definitely were not prepared. Japan introduces a 4-day work week to over 160,000 government employees to improve work-life balance. And according to the stats I have here, 0 people took the days off. Man, they sure do love working themselves to death there. I'm obviously joking, but this was one of their biggest implementations of their 4-day work week policy so far. They say it's supposed to help with birth rates and get more young men out there and risen. With a country of dudes that be so freaked out, they by law require phones to have the shutter sound on to prevent creeps from taking upskirt pics. It might take more than that to fix this problem. While we're talking about Japan, researchers there also broke the record for the highest internet speed ever recorded at 402 terabits per second, which is enough to download 50,000 HD movies in 1 second. The speed is so fast, someone probably already pre-watched this video before I even uploaded it and commented. Pope Francis sadly...
I can't... I can barely play Roblox without lag spikes, no Marvel Rivals, and Japan's just making that stuff. Like, give me your internet stuff, dude. Like, I don't know what's going on with... At this point, it's practically my computer that causes my disconnections, my lag spikes, and all that bullshit. So, yeah. And also, I think I know what this is going to be.
Passed away on April 21st, 2025.
Rest
he was
in
known
peace,
for
Pope
being
Francis.
very humble and not even choosing to live in the palace, but a small Vatican guest house. Spending his time advocating for peace and saying anyone is welcome to the church. He spent his last weeks talking to the people in the last church in Gaza to make sure they're fine. I'm not even Catholic, but overall, for someone in his position, he used his power for good. Virginia.
Amazing. Genuinely an amazing person. Like, Pope Francis. Just, yeah. Like that's like Pope Francis is a good example of how you use your position in power, and especially in religion where like a lot of stuff can be corrupted. Like Pope Francis was a shining light.
Jufree, aka the main victim and the one who exposed Epstein for his sick crimes, sadly ended her life in her own home, which is kind of strange because I thought this thing was a hoax. She also tweeted in 2019 that in no way is she and if something happens to her to not let it go. And even her father states he didn't believe in the story. It is really sad she died without seeing any justice being done. Being the main victim of this disgusting freak too has got to be the worst outcome as a teenage girl. California becomes the 4th largest economy, surpassing
that's
Japan,
just
with
gross,
a $4.1 trillion
Justice needs to be sent out, dude. I can't stand this shit anymore. How these pedos are just getting away with this bullshit.
GDP compared to Japan's 4.02. The debate of the decade, some would say of the century, took place. If 100 men could beat one gorilla. Sometimes from all the chaos going on in the world, when everything seems utterly we just find something collective to have fun with. People were writing out scenarios.
I feel like 100 men would win.
Strategies could work. There was even events set up to potentially have it happen. I don't know if they actually met up, but if they
don't
did,
let that happen.
Other debates popped up too while we discussed this. You had classically 100 men versus paying child support, 100 women versus accountability. The United Arab Emirates becomes the first country to have AI right laws. They mainly focused on laws, judicial rulings, and public services to be done by computers. To them, they say it helps them be more precise, and to me, I won't have to worry about that because I'm never going. Canada elects Mark Carney as Prime Minister of Canada. China launches its first commercial 10G network for the public to use, which has download speeds from 9,000 megabits per second and upload speeds up to 1,000 megabits per second. The real question is,
do we get that stuff in America?
I'm pretty sure I'm still on 5G. Did we skip over a couple of steps, or are they that ahead? The US passes the Take It Down Act, which makes it illegal to non-consensually deepfake someone in a sexual manner, and platforms have to enforce the rules in 48 hours from a victim telling them, or the reign of the US law will hit them. So yes,
that's actually okay. I think that was actually a dub. It sounds like a dub, but yeah, I think it is. That was
every once in a while the government can actually get something right. It's always good to have something universally passed that no one can disagree with. Memes of this month were things like Chicken Jockey, Tung Sahar, 100 Men versus 1 Gorilla, and Sigma Line. May 2020.
The only two I truly knew about were the Gorilla and Chicken Jockey. Yeah. I'm glad Chicken Jockey's not talked about anymore. That shit's dark. That's fuck the Minecraft movie.
GTA 6, the most anticipated game in gaming
history,
gets delayed to May 26, 2026.
Stop announcing release dates for your game when it's not done yet.
And at this point, they can just keep it because we're done with the waiting. I don't even think this game exists, and it's just a government psyop to keep people from ending themselves. Because the last thing holding some people back from ending it right now is GTA 6 releasing. Well, at least it won't get delayed again, and we'll finally get it made.
There it is. I think this was announced in November, so yep. Thanks, Rockstar Games. You did. Thanks for nothing, Rockstar. Fucking Christ.
God damn it. Lady Gaga sets a new record for the highest attended concert ever for a female artist. It was a free show in Rio, Brazil, and had 2.5 million people in the crowd.
Good job,
she
Gaga.
also managed to do all this without an Astroworld incident. Still never forget this.
Nice to know she's so kicking
So
it.
good
too.
for her, and congrats on the record. TikTok gets fined $600 million by the Irish Data Protection Commission for transferring European user data to China. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, and the man who owns the companies whose stock is the most expensive share price in the world. I'm sorry, but $755,000, there's no way a piece of this company's worth that shit, dog. For that price, the stock better be able to rub my feet at night when I get the itches. Announces he's retiring at the start of next year at the age of 95. The crazy thing about this
There's no way Warren Buffett's 95 years old. Hold on. Holy shit. He's 95. Okay, that's wow. Yeah, I'm very shocked. That man was kicking it for that long in that business. Other people don't have an excuse, dude. Also, just, you know.
The fact that he's lived till 95. He's known to eat purely fast food and have one of the worst diets ever. Just goes to show if you're rich, you can get away with anything, even not dying from natural causes.
That just shows how bad my diet is as well.
Popular video chat services at a certain point shuts down officially and is no
Rest in peace, Skype.
We gotta give a true send-off and rest in peace to Skype. The amount of generational talks that happen, the amount of bullshit in this chat room, the amount of times I almost crashed out seeing those stupid ass emojis spammed at me when my friend beat me in a game and was trolling. You will be missed, Skype, and not be forgotten. Actually, Skype for a second, because the second GTA 6 trailer dropped.
Skype genuinely was a Skype walks so other places could run now. I'll miss. I never had Skype, but I can tell you something, it will be.
And to us, nothing else mattered in this moment. Rockstar Games is like a butcher with unlimited meat, and we're a starving pitbull who hasn't eaten for days. And when they finally drop us a piece of meat,
taking a long time preparing.
The trailer introduced the boyfriend of Lucia called Jason Duval, which confirmed to everyone that the game is gonna run on a Bonnie and Clyde type of dynamic. We also learned about some new characters, one called Cal Hampton, who everyone assumes is supposed to be our Lester. He's looking like the most Florida-looking Lester they could have picked. Raul Batista, who's supposed to be our guide to bank robberies. Brian Heater, who's a drug smuggler and will probably be where we do crimes like that. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly what everyone does, but they did definitely bless us with the most we've gotten so far. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost gets elected as the 14th Pope, becoming the first Pope from the United States and the first Pope from Oblak. The fact that out of all of the popes that could have been picked, we got a Pope from Chicago was hilarious, but good luck to him and bless him on his journeys. China.
I haven't really seen anything about him yet, but I'm just, once again, let's just hope that he can at least live up to the shining light that Francis was. I hope he can. I believe in him.
Launches the first ever AI-powered hospital. For now, they have it as a training facility, but the plan is in the future to have ones released to the public. Don't let it gain a consciousness when it's doing surgery, because that could end badly. Bill Gates announces that he's giving all of his money away through the next 20 years, with doing all of it through his charity, and according to him, giving 99% of his $108 billion net worth away. He'll end up with a pathetic, sad, and embarrassing $1 billion left.
The fact that he's still giving his money away, though, is something that should be, that more billionaires should do, though. Like, God bless Bill Gates for doing that.
All of us should go out and buy 10 Windows subscriptions we never plan to use to make sure he's fine financially. On the real, this is a good thing, and a certain cracked out, weird face-shaped billionaire should follow suit too. Too bad no matter how much money Bill Gates gives, this picture still exists on the internet. Bill Gates could have gone down as one of the most goated billionaires, but that picture does exist.
Oh, man. Oh, that's Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, aka Beats Brown, gets arrested for the who really knows how many times at this point. This was due to an assault that happened in a London nightclub. Like, this man really cannot keep his hands to himself. This is embarrassing at this point. He was released after a week of being in jail. He is currently walking the streets casually, so be careful. Outdoor Boys, the channel that blew up from him showing his camping trips through wild places, announces he's retiring because the fame was too much and he wanted to protect his family's privacy. Joe Biden gets diagnosed.
That's just, Oh, that's no. That just shows how popular he's got, that he can't even stay private anymore. I never really watched Outdoor Boys, but I could definitely see, I definitely know how many people love him, and knowing that he's gone definitely hurts. Not me, but a lot of other people are definitely hurt by this, so I hope he's doing well. And here's Joe.
With an aggressive form of prostate cancer. While I didn't really like Biden, and the old-timer fell a bit too much for me during his presidency, he was running the most powerful country in the world while having cancer, so I gotta give respects for that. And I'm wishing him the best and hope he well. Elon Musk.
I wish him a good recovery, because honestly, Joe may not have been the best president. Like, honestly, Joe was leagues far from perfect, but he at least, he did his best, and that's really all I can say.
Announces he's departing from his U.S. government role in his Doge organization after
Say
months
the
of the
fuck
public
out
seeing
of
him
him,
high
out
on
of the
ketamine
government.
in the Oval Office, crashing out at people any chance he could. The tyranny of Musk has come to an end. He states his leave was due to his legal time as a government special employee ending, but this also so happened to be a week before he started trashing the big beautiful bill and tweeting that Trump was in the Epstein files. Strange coincidence, they definitely don't align with each other. Trump pardons NBA YoungBoy. Am I reading that right? Oh, I am? This country is a simulation at this point. I think we all died at the start of the year. He was released in May of this year.
We died in the pandemic killed us all in 2020 secretly, and this is hell we're going through right now. That's the greatest theory we got.
3 months in federal prison and was serving 60 months of probation. He also thanked him right after, which of course, duh. Y'all be getting on these rappers' asses for glazing Trump, but if all it takes is a couple of pics of me wearing a MAGA hat to commute my 5-year probation sentence and clear my criminal record, I would be on social media too, looking like the biggest dumbass and asking everyone what does fetus mean in Latin. Taylor Swift announces she officially bought her whole music catalog and now owns it all, which is big considering she was recording her old albums and releasing them just so she had ownership over it. I do like artists being able to actually own what they put out, but at the same time, it is Taylor Swift, who is probably going to use those funds to fly her private jet to the nearest McDonald's because she can't drive 10 minutes down the street. I don't even gotta make her haters for real. Her own fans do it enough.
She never had a music track to beat. I feel like if a music artist released an album, they should be like the first person to have it.
I fully believe Taylor Swift fans think she's reincarnated Jesus. Memes of this month were things like 100 men versus 1 gorilla, F students are inventors, and 0.5 GPA activities. June.
Literally heard of none of those, and the gorilla debate really went through May. So yeah, honestly, garbage memes. Not gonna lie.
2025. Mr. Beast becomes the first creator to hit 400 million subs. And to reward this potentially once-in-a-life reward, they gave him this monstrosity. Can't even use a different button other than
Sapphire.
Come on, dog. Disposable vapes officially get banned in the UK to stop the youth from using it. Remember when I said earlier, right after Elon left the government, started talking about it? Well, now was that point. The beef originally started when the big beautiful bill by Trump was on its way to get passed. And one of the main things Elon was mad about is that it was gonna add 4.1 trillion to the US national debt, which defeated the whole purpose of Doge and why he created it, even though it didn't really do anything. He tweeted out that the bill was a disgusting abomination, said the bill needs to be killed, and you know Trump's ego can't take talking about his policies, so he said Elon was crazy and was mad he was taking away his election.
Is this you're trying to
win? At this point,
is this you trying to weasel your way to the winning side, Musk?
Elon chose to crash out and throw away the whole friendship. He said Trump only won the election because of him and that he was ungrateful.
Oh yeah, he admitted that he practically rigged the election to his favor. And this didn't get him impeached or anything like that. It's so crazy. It's so actually bullshit once again. How this man has successfully evaded all the punishment. When everything that he's done has had criminalistic bullshit woven into it.
He said he would win in an election against Trump, and then said the big thing that had everyone silent that day. That Trump is in the Epstein files, and that's why it's not public. A confirmation of the thing we've been talking about for months.
I mean, we had so many images like this. He was practically guaranteed to be in the fucking files. We all knew it was rigged. I mean, that is true, because how the hell do you win every swing state in the U.S. just easily? So yeah, like and as I said, this was practically guaranteed to be real where Trump was in the Epstein files, because there's so many images of him with them.
For him to drop this was crazy to people because people always thought he may be in it. But when
And at that point, like when Elon said that, that's when the file should have dropped, because that was like the highest tensions where we could easily get him out of power, but that didn't fucking happen.
one of his closest allies saying it, why would he lie about it? Yet after all this, he still hung out with him and they're good friends now. So he's out into the world that he's a predator, but he's still hanging out with him. I don't know about y'all, but if I find out one of my friends is a predator, that is not my friend anymore. He ended up deleting it later.
Hell, I don't want to give. I don't know. Moving on.
And saying he regretted the tweet, but the damage was already done. Everyone knew the breakup was gonna happen. We joked about it. The way to
look at the skin color variation between these. Bro, Trump's skin color is just fucking sunny. This guy is so gross.
Happened was not expected. LA protests erupted over ICE being there and how the arrests were being done. It happened over the span of a week, and just
all my homies hate ICE.
Always has to burn down for some reason. Like, why does LA never have any sane protests going on? It always has to end up burning up in flames. Due to all the chaos.
Hell, LA had a wildfire at the beginning of the year. You don't want that to happen again, do you?
Trump sent the National Guard randomly, and of course it made things worse. It all calmed down eventually, just as these things always go. Rapper Silent Toe, known for the whip it nay nay emote in Fortnite, was
killing his cousin.
sentenced to 30 years in prison after pleading guilty to shooting his cousin and killing him in 2021. 16 billion passwords were leaked in the largest data breach in history. The hackers did it over time, and it only got revealed then how much info they got now. It was stolen from every popular website, including Gmail, Facebook, Apple, PayPal, Netflix, anything. My tip is to make sure your accounts have two-factor verification off, and every time the hacker comes in, catch them like a Pokemon and turn them into the police. Netanyahu, the president of the United States, Trump decided to launch a missile strike on
That's a good joke. Because they're both pigs.
What they call key Iranian nuclear facilities. This was to help
Israel
in their fight with Iran and put pressure on their officials. The Trump administration's response to people asking
disgusting behavior
was, and I quote, "I don't have to show you nothing, shut up." Luckily, this didn't start a war, but tune in for next year. The Oklahoma City Thunder won the 2025 NBA championship, becoming the youngest team to win in 50 years.
Congratulations.
PewDiePie drops out of the top 10 most subscribed channels after a 12-year run. I can feel my gray hairs already developing, but things always have to change.
I don't think he even cares about that anymore. PewDiePie's living his best life now. So, yeah. Good on him.
Debt hits a record of $324 trillion, which makes no sense because we can all let bygones be bygones and forget about it. North Korea opens its brand new beach resort to the public. And as an American citizen myself, I'll say that I'm perfectly comfortable and fine visiting. I'm sure my devices won't be tapped into, and freedom of speech laws are amazing there. Seriously, who gave Kim this idea? That resort is never making its money back. Surprise!
I bet you that place would be so good. I bet you it's so good that I'm never gonna want to leave.
Surprisingly, people have went though, mainly Russian tourists because of how close the two countries have become. Squid Game Season 3 releases, becoming the first series in Netflix history to be #1 in every single country it's in. That's a different type of bullshit, all for a mid-ass ending though. I know it's been a while since it came out, but I still won't spoil things in case anyone hasn't watched it. All I'm saying is, me personally, I'm chucking that thing off like no tomorrow. If you watched it, you can understand what I mean when I say chucking that thing off. The man who owns Labubu becomes China's youngest billionaire. Being a piece of does do you wonders in 2025. And memes of this month were things like job application, Sabao, guy pointing to himself, and World War III. July.
Oh, Kurt Angle.
Were things
like. Let me go back to the moon. So, job application jump scare. I mean, this front meme was alright, but considering that I kind of went through this process and stuff like that, like, I'm literally, like, I know what it's like to work in, like, fucking retail and restaurant shit, so job applications don't really scare me anymore. Like, I'm going through it. I'm going through it right now, so.
Job application, Sabao.
Sabao just being a version of shut up. Sabao is just STFU, aka shut the fuck up for the uninformed, and it sucks. This meme was alright, though.
Guy pointing to himself in World War III.
And yeah, this one is not. World War III is probably one of the scariest things right now, but At this point, it's probably gonna happen next year. I don't know.
July 2025. The
That's
Diddler,
Superman.
aka Sean Dickie Combs, has his trial officially wrap up, and we're all expecting justice to be served. How many years we were thinking? At minimum 10 for the freak off.
0 years.
A maximum death penalty for this haircut. And he got a heart-wrenching, jaw-dropping total sentence
0
of
years.
4 years. With good behavior for real, that's like 3 years.
That should get him. That should. Excuse me. That should be. I think he actually got released from prison later, but we need him. Like, that should get him in life.
Man, the rich really get away with anything in this country. He got convicted of 2 of the 5 counts that were originally put in, with one of the biggest ones, racketeering, being not guilty. Trump signs in the Big Beautiful Bill, one of the most controversial bills in U.S. history. The Department of Justice announces their conclusion of the Epstein files and case, stating that there's no client list and there's no evidence Epstein blackmailed people. Said like a person who got blackmailed.
Absolute. Alright, I'll believe that for 1 second. I don't believe it anymore.
They also confirmed that Epstein ended himself in that cell. The internet's reaction was exactly how you would expect.
Sure,
and Trump
buddy.
hit his classic be fake demons pose. The Epstein list didn't matter. It was only a part of his whole administration's campaign before getting in. And their whole interview after was absolutely embarrassing.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know when you see one, and that's what that was.
Himself. You want me to? I've seen.
I'm skipping. This shit sucks. Oh no.
These 2 guys were screaming for years that he
fucking
didn't end himself,
garbage,
and the list
bro.
was real, but This was also the first time we've actually seen the whole MAGA movement kind of fragment. And after this, things slowly started to split Trump from his base. A South Korean soldier breaks the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours, being 11,707 reps. Scarlett Johansson.
Good job, buddy. Interesting record to bring up to the timeline, but honestly, it's pretty cool.
Becomes the highest grossing actor of all time. Her movies have earned over $15 billion worldwide, with a major part coming from Marvel. It's a hack to be a character that's always in every Avengers movie that you know is gonna do good. She also debuted in Jurassic World Rebirth, which did really good in the box office. The video.
She was also in She also, and I'm still shocked to know she's Mindy in the SpongeBob 2004 movie, and she had a role in Transformers 1. So like, Scarlett Johansson is just kicking ass no matter where she go.
It becomes the first company ever to reach a $4 trillion market cap, which is crazy because in 2023 they hit $1 trillion for the first time. But you know, some out there making 40K at McDonald's
always
says they
rising
shouldn't
up,
be
I
taxed,
suppose.
so let them hit 10 trillion. Let them hit 20 trillion as a matter of fact, and don't tax them a piece. That's what the founders would have wanted. The Superman movie releases, having the best opening weekend for any Superman movie at $200
Well deserved. I've heard nothing but good
it
things
also
about
is
this
the
movie.
highest grossing superhero movie of the year, and well deserved because it was good. The UK government announces its plans to lower the voting age from 18 to 16. Having kids who are brain rotted
Don't do that.
voting in elections will not
Or maybe,
end well.
I don't know.
Kind of bans OnlyFans and labels it a Western disease. Good luck to the Chinese soldiers
Good.
out there that can't get their goons off.
Honestly, OnlyFans and those sites should never exist in the first place. Like, honestly, I kind of view like OnlyFans, Fansly, and those sites. Like, if I ever made myself an account for one of those places, then I truly know that I'm practically a lost soul. Like, got to be getting a little deeper, morbid here, but yeah, that's like my last line of defense to prove that there's still something out there for me. For like, I'm just not a lost cause. Deep talk is deep, but still.
Must be rough. Ozzy Osbourne, one of the most iconic rock stars, dies at the age of 76 from a heart attack. The T-App, an app that was growing in popularity.
And that's all you say for Tommy. You should have put some more respect on Ozzy's name. That man, Ozzy Osbourne, was probably one of the biggest recording artists we'll ever have, and like one of the most legendary. Like, at least just say that much. Like, Ozzy Osbourne, God, Black Sabbath was a massive inspiration for people. Like, fucking game.
Popularity through the span of 2025, which involved women posting pictures of men they may know or have seen and asking other women on the app any of their red flags. Even though the purpose of the app was supposed to be for women's safety and making them feel more safe going on dates, it was mainly just used for bullying dudes and making up lies about them. Got all of its database breached and exposed 72,000 women's information, with some of it being their faces. And man, oh man, some of these women
were not in the position to be judging others.
You'd have a Hulk Hogan looking girl saying Michael B. Jordan was chopped. The hack was also funny because the whole database for the app was completely open. All the hackers did was go into their public cloud and take everything. Imagine if you were someone who spent money on this app thinking it was safe just for everyone to be laughing at your face on the internet. Memes of this month.
I never heard of this actually, but glad I never did. That's ridiculous. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm in the correct position to slander people for their looks, but I know an ugly person when I see one, inside or out.
Were things like Jet 2 Holiday, I Can't Prove It, and Labubu Matcha Dubai Chocolate. August.
Fucking Labubu, oh my god. Oh, alright, I can see Roblox. This is probably, this is where he's gonna talk about Schlep, probably.
Were things like Jet 2
I never heard of this shit, so don't
Holiday,
care.
I can't.
I gotta talk about the I can't prove it stuff yet, because honestly, I feel like I've seen this used for a lot more negative stuff than positive stuff. And like the biggest offense that I found about it was, I don't know, there's one people, there's this one like artist on 3D artist on Twitter. I'm gonna see if I can try and find them. I can't guarantee if I can, but I do like 3D art of like, and like their main, okay, I found them. They go by @clueless on Twitter, and they do like the animations of Zelda mainly, and like they look really good, and they're cute, they're funny, and the fucking replies are this image and just others. All trying to like say go to the dark side and just animate porn. Which like, dude, fuck off. And he actually responded in November 23rd. And the last thing he said was, unfortunately, a lot of people want to cash in on the recent hype around the model. Many people can use it, but we are not the same person. Dude. What, Clueless? Make that man a throne and a crown. He is his own kind. I should probably be saying that, but dude, they are their own kind of king. Like, oh my god. God bless them. Fucking love you, Clueless.
Prove it, and Labubu Matcha Dubai.
Can't wait for all the Labubus to be burned in the landfill when 2026 starts, by the way. I can't wait. We're not bringing these things to 2026.
August 2025.
I refuse.
A child set a record for being born from an embryo created in 1994. Meaning technically if they were born then, they would be around 31 years old now. But he must have been living
They were stuck in a Hydra deep freeze pod for a few decades.
In a pool and chilling while the world burns down. If only this could have been all of us and we could pick a date when we wanted to leave. Roblox versus Schlep. Roblox banned YouTuber Schlep, whose videos was focused on predators and turning them over to the proper authorities. He was also good at it, managing to get 6 people arrested. They banned him, saying what he was doing violated their terms of service and said it undermined their safety efforts, even though he was the one who was literally helping.
He was bringing justice to bad people, and you exiled him. What the fuck is your problem, Roblox? I will forever condemn Roblox for this shit. Like, stop protecting the predators, stop caring about your money, and actually bring in good people, because good people can give you good value.
With safety on the platform.
Dude.
It was even worse, too, considering he got groomed at a young age on Roblox, and
Yeah, that too! Schlepp's a victim! He's literally trying to prevent people from what happened to him. He's literally got a backstory for this shit.
Roblox staff did nothing at the time. And after this, I don't think even he expected the firestorm that was about to erupt. Every YouTuber started covering it.
Oh, fuck you, Turkey Tom. Turkey Tom is one of the last people that should be covering shit like this. He's a horrible YouTuber. He does everything so shit.
And learning the horrors of
next to speech. Law by Mike.
Roblox's moderation.
The fact he collaborated with Chris Hansen in a documentary.
Roblox protested in Schlepp's name and walked around with free Schlepp signs. Politicians started stepping up for him and saying Roblox needs to address safety. You had states sue them over negligence of enforcing.
Yeah, states sued Roblox as well. Literally everyone band together in Schlepp's name to talk to go to battle against Roblox to literally take care of the predator problem. Like this is like one of the only things that like united the entirety of Roblox, just to bring justice to them, to Schlepp,
child safety. And all Roblox had to do was simply unban him. For some reason, they did not want to. Like, I don't know what he did to them, but it made things worse. At the peak of the drama, Roblox lost 12 billion stock value in 10 days. The fact that some 20-year-old dude did this alone makes it peak fiction. I like when the little guy wins against a big corporation. Roblox
David versus Goliath, dude.
Still hasn't recovered from this and probably won't.
In fact, they made it worse because in this podcast here, David Baszucki said that child predators are an opportunity. No, they're not! No, they aren't! They're bad people! They're jeopardizing your main audience! What are you doing? Come on! Lock the fuck in! Ban them! Please! You'll do yourself a massive favor and imagine the redemption arc if you actually pull through and ban all these predators.
For a while, every day they're getting some type of new lawsuit over it. Hopefully they learn their lesson to take child safety serious. Probably not. Ronaldo proposed.
Wake up, Roblox, is this moral of the story. Baszucki, wake the fuck up or resign.
Proposes to his longtime girlfriend after a decade. Trump deployed the
Congratulations,
National
by the
Guard
way.
in DC over what he calls a crime emergency. And it led to some pretty interesting interactions.
Tell you guys something special real quick. Are you guys ready?
Well, we know you're filming, so if you're about to do something like off the cuff.
You're gonna send this shit. We're gonna, yeah.
Mr. Beast breaks the record for the most money raised in a live stream event, raising $12 million in 6
collaborating with Aiden Ross and XQC. That just comes to show how low Mr. Beast is scooped, by the way.
hours. The clips of the event was less focused on the money raised and more on how mad Mr. Beast was getting.
Look at all of his fucking product, too. Lunchly in the fridge, fucking Feastables. Oh my god.
People must have forgot they called him Mr. Beast for a reason.
Do you like Feastables?
No.
Kill you.
Trump and Putin meet in Alaska.
What?
To discuss the Ukraine war and how to end it, which was the first time he talked to a president since 2021. Apple for the first time is manufacturing its new iPhones in India. Either China stepped up their labor laws and they can't exploit them, or Indian workers are doing it for cheaper. The real loser is anybody who buys the newest iPhone every year. Cracker Barrel changed its classic logo to this modern millennial family friendly design.
That's AI. Apparently that was AI too. Nobody was on board. You literally removed the cracker and the barrel from your logo.
To this modern millennial family
Don't ban me, please.
friendly design. I believe modern logos are the reason we all hate each other all the time. They also
Modernism is a curse. And that's a modernized Cracker Barrel. Holy shit, there's no Cracker Barrel had all the sauce, and you're just gonna remove it like that? Like, what are we doing?
Their whole restaurant aesthetic, which to me was the way worse change.
Modernism is a curse. And like back in December this year, someone actually shared what happened to the Home Alone house after it was filmed. Like it looked like this beautiful like mansion-esque design, and then they just moved it all to white. Hell, when I repainted my room, I got a purple here. That like the purple in this room gives my room so much more flavor and color and sauce.
It was a terrible change, and I'm not sure if companies have departments anymore that are supposed to tell them whether a change will be good or not. Clearly with Cracker Barrel, they didn't, and because of all of this pressure, they changed it back later on. Lil Nas X was arrested and charged with assaulting police officers.
What? Are you serious, Nas?
He was found walking naked and barefoot on the street. This will be the last time I ever care to hear about Lil Nas X. Taylor Swift.
What the fuck, Nas? You had every... Come on! I like some of Nas's music. That's why I'm upset. I know he could do better than that. Fucking hell, Nas.
Swift and Travis Kelce officially tied the knot, and Taylor Swift fans took it exactly how you would expect.
Yay. Swift's fan base is a cult. I'm just gonna say it.
He's never posted about Travis. This is her hard launch 1 and 2.
I'm muting. They shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What is this React Andy bullshit? I'm doing this already. What? Tony Laws, get the fuck out of here. Fuck off. I cover your fucking butt.
To get jobs.
Jump scare them with a job application.
You know, employment.
You guys are gonna happen. Have you guys ever considered a job application?
What sort of crazy moon talk is he speaking?
Memes of this month were things.
Thank God. Okay, thank God we're over. Oh no. Now that September's coming up, I know exactly one big thing that's gonna be talked about. So, like, what are the memes?
Like Clanker, thinking.
Clankers! Fucking. Thank God we have a slur for robots.
Monkey, 6'7", and performative male. September.
Oh, this is the first. Like this is where 6'7" happened. So Clanker's a good meme. This monkey was actually a good meme. 6'7" was 6'7" should be. Can we go back in time and seal this kid's mouth shut? Like, so it's shut, because 6'7" is unironically like one of the worst things that we've gotten in 2020. He's got such a punchable face too, with like this. Look at this fucking guy. If I met this man, I'm giving him a Tyson up.
7 and performative male.
And I don't know what that is. And all right, this is probably gonna be the most action-packed month, and that face right there is a massive part of it.
September 2025. Iceland gets ranked the most peaceful country in the world for the 18th year in a row. Considering
Congrats,
you wake up to views like this, and your country has
where are views like this in America? They're not existent.
been given that good old American freedom of having all your oil siphoned. I can understand why people are happy there. The Epstein files officially released. Kinda not.
No, they didn't.
The House Oversight Committee and the government got access to thousands of pages of the Epstein files after requesting it from Epstein's estate. You know this was sick to the core when there's thousands of pages of evidence on him. Some notable things he said was calling Trump evil beyond belief, saying of course he knew about the girls, saying that Trump spent hours at his house with one of the victims. There was also people like the former president of Harvard, Larry Summers, who got exposed for joking about women in emails with him. It makes you realize that more than half these at the top positions are freaked out and weirdos. They get too much glazing
They're
and
part
have
of
too
the
much
files,
power.
dude.
They feel fine doing things like this. And this was really the thing that put pressure on the politicians to release the Epstein files even more, up until the signing of a bill to do it 2 months later. Stream East, the world's largest illegal sports streaming platform, got shut down. Also notable that LeBron was watching on it too. Piracy for the win. Conor McGregor announces his official bid to run for president of Ireland and dropped out 11 days later after none of the politicians voted for him. I think the world is
fucking, that's embarrassing.
Done with celebrities being politicians. The method's been patched. Giorgio Armani, one of the biggest fashion designer brand founders, dies at the age of 91. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather announced that they're fighting and have signed contracts.
I don't know anything. I could, that image alone just tells that his age gone. His age caught up to him, and I don't know this guy, so I don't know his true history, but I guess rest in peace.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather announced that they're fighting and have signed contracts for spring of 2026. After the Jake Paul match, and no one want to see Mike Tyson in the ring again. But some sucker out there will spend $100,000 still for some floor seats to the more Epstein files, with the most incriminating one being a letter Trump sent to Epstein in 2003 that stated they have things in common.
The year
and
I was born.
Be another wonderful secret.
I don't know. I prefer to think the secret was something like they both prefer mint chocolate chip ice cream over chocolate chip, or they didn't like the last Shrek movie. Trump denies it, saying that isn't his signature, and then filed a lawsuit against the newspaper company that released it. The Nepal government this month got completely overthrown by Gen Z protesters. And it wasn't no Gen Z 2020 BLM protest with people making TikToks thinking it was gonna have an impact. They burnt down their government buildings and the prime minister's office. It all started when the government randomly banned all major social media platforms for not registering locally. Older generations should know the one way to.
This is what happened. Never, like at this point, never ban online social media, because you have like every area, every state now practically has a bunch of chronically online teenagers. If you strip that shit away from them, they're gonna be unrowdy and want that back.
Get Gen Z pissed and outside is taking away social media. After that, they decided to march out peacefully around the Capitol and government buildings. Until the police started shooting at the protesters, then all hell broke loose. They even burned down the politicians' houses too, and after all that, the prime minister resigned and fled the country. Then the Gen Z protesters elected their next prime minister in the one way and only way they know how: Discord. And that is how their current prime minister was elected, and she is still in office with everyone happy. They even helped clean up the rubble after the overthrowing, so wholesome. People after this started asking why the US Gen Z doesn't do this. I don't know about you, but I'm not going against a flying Dorito in the sky. The US government released a video of a UFO getting hit by a missile and not budging. The quality, as you know, has to be in the worst quality possible. It wouldn't make it a real UFO video if it wasn't. Russia sends drones to Polish airspace, being the first country to get hit by Russia after the Ukraine war. Poland then sent out fighter jets to shoot them and said it was an act of aggression. Brazil's former prime minister gets sentenced to 27 years and 3 months in prison for trying to stay in power after losing his election. A body gets found in the trunk of an impounded Tesla that was registered to David. At first, it was kinda brushed off because he had an excuse, like he was on tour and the police dismissed him. But then more and more information started to come out and it started to get creepy. The victim's mother mentioned she had a tattoo that David also had, saying that her daughter said she was in a relationship with a guy named David. Then the picture started to come out. David on FaceTime calls with her, David doing a whole Twitch stream with her, David having a song with her name in it. And as stuff started to come out in this moment, if you were a David fan, you realized that your goat is actually a monster. As of me writing this, David is still...
I never heard of this actually, but that's fucking terrifying.
Not arrested and on the loose, which makes it very creepy. And why hasn't he been questioned? Rest in peace to her, and the fact that she was so young makes it so sad.
Peace.
Charlie Kirk, one of the biggest...
You deserve better, and here we go.
Political commentators gets assassinated out in public. The two reactions you had was the right stating that this was a tragedy to America, that free speech is dead. Also, semi trying to start a civil war, which was very cringe.
It's time we rise.
The fuck? Is this the turning point? For what?
Bruh, don't you got kids to take care of or something? And the left had politicians condemn it, but everyone else was pretty much making fun of it. Which only got worse as they started...
I'll wait for this to be over and then I'll give my
glaze Charlie as some type of biblical human in the government and give him holidays. So his face was plastered everywhere on memes all through the
and AI.
In 2026, they might still be doing it. NASA gets its strongest hint that life might be on Mars.
Okay, that's alright. That's but before I say anything, rest in piss. Honestly, I don't like. Honestly, I was kind of with the. Like, I do remember a few. It was like the biggest one being Bernie Sanders is condemning the action of the assassination, which I do as well. For what that, yeah. The like honestly, I guess I won't say too much, but I think in the end, freaking only remember him as a just another example of how fucked gun violence is in America.
In 2026, they might still be doing it. NASA gets its strongest hint that life might be on Mars. The reason they say that was because a rock was found there that contains the same minerals to cause organic matter. All I know is the Mars aliens we do get are going to be the ugliest looking things ever. If you look at the deep sea and what those creatures look like to adapt to their environment, it should say enough. New Mexico becomes the first state to offer universal child care at no cost, saving families there an average of $12,000 per year for each child. Owen Cooper becomes the youngest male to win an Emmy at 15 years old. Got more motion than me at 15. I respect it. Selena Gomez and Benny.
You got the way better hand than I do. I was fucking stuck in school playing. I was stuck in school and I don't even know what I was doing at 15 years old. Definitely not this.
Blanco get married to a huge wedding with celebrities. Bad Bunny gets announced as the halftime show performer at the Super Bowl. I don't really know much of his music. It was funny seeing all the people crash out over this though.
Hey, did you guys hear Bad Bunny is doing the NFL halftime show? Can't wait to see ICE arrest him on stage live at the halftime show.
You're disgusting. Oh yeah.
Puerto Rico is an unincorporated territory of the United States.
Puerto Rico is owned by America. Also, overview.
Casanat becomes the first Twitch streamer to hit 1 million subs. And by
History.
Casanat, I mean
Congrats.
me and Kai, because I donated over 10,000 subs to make sure we hit the goal together. So
Yeah.
Me and Kai. The U.S. government
Congrats, Tommy. You deserve to be the most subscribed person ever.
shut down after Congress couldn't agree on funding for the year, which ended up becoming the longest shutdown, being 43 days. And in the end, both sides still didn't really agree, so there was no point in this whole thing. It's insane that
Literally shut down throughout the entirety of October, and also let it be known that the two longest shutdowns in government history were both under the Trump administration. So
you can work
Stick
for
with
the
that what
U.S.
you will.
government and not get paid for your own work because the government is arguing. It's like your mom and dad arguing as a kid, and if they don't agree, you don't get fed. Memes of this month were things like 6'7" kid, Tylenol
Again.
autism, W speed, and Michael Jordan no.
Oh God, fucking RFK.
Things like 6'7"
And once again, 6'7", the worst meme of the year. Once again, punch
kid, Tylenol.
This is the most ridiculous thing. This is false. Like, RFK's a fucking maniac.
Autism, W speed.
That's all I'll say. And I remember this image specifically because back around like summer, like the end of summer, I got a commission back, and they shared it, and this was one of the comments under it.
And Michael Jordan no. October 2020.
No memes.
Taylor
Worthy,
Swift
though.
releases her album The Life of a Showgirl, selling 4 million albums in the first week, with 3.4 million being physical and digital purchases. Like her or hate her, there is no one close to her sales right now. This is also the first Taylor Swift album where I haven't seen Swifties doxing people for saying it's ass. People should have known it was gonna be ass when she had a whole song on there dedicated to her husband's meat. Whatever you do, do not listen to that song. Japan elects its first female prime minister, Sanae Takachi. Israel and Hamas agreed to the U.S. peace plan ceasefire, putting one of the most controversial wars in modern times finally to an ending.
One of the most fucked up.
Until Israel violated it the same day it was signed. Markiplier gets married to his longtime girlfriend Amy Nelson. Maria Carino.
Congrats to Mark, dude. That was a massive shock because there was literally no information that he was getting married, and literally like that and Smosh's and back to Smosh. Like there's two. If I had a nickel for every shocking marriage in the YouTube scene, we'd have two right now because Mark was actually the second one. The first excuse me. The first one was with two Smosh cast members, Courtney Miller and Shane Top, where they were officially revealed that they got married to each other, which was literally not even a remotely like a thing until the day they announced they were married, and everyone was shocked. Me as well, because I actually yeah, let's just move on. I don't wanna be here too long. I could say
wins the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. The reason being her promoting democratic rights for people in Venezuela fighting against their current dictator, who was doing anything to beg the U.S. to not attack.
Don't worry, be happy. La, 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 la. Don't worry.
What the hell is this?
Be happy.
Yeah, Buddy's definitely getting leveled to the ground next year. Drake's lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us gets dismissed in a courtroom. Imagine losing a rap battle, then losing a lawsuit against it. Man's never gonna recover. His lawyer says he plans to appeal it, but
Drake
just
is
give it up,
legally
man.
dead.
We all have moved on. The country of Madagascar gets overthrown by yet another Gen Z-led protest this year. The main reason being government corruption and the Madagascar movie being banned in Madagascar. The president of the country decided to flee.
Valid.
And the lawmakers impeached him immediately. The Louvre Museum gets robbed in broad daylight, and the value of items stolen total around $100 million. The heist was straight up a GTA heist, though. You gotta respect it in a way. They had people dressed up.
I could, but a heist is still a heist. That's a massive crime committed right there. Hopefully, they get justice to everyone.
Up as fake security guards to take the stuff. Then escaped on a crane out the window to vanish into the sunset. They could have been known as some badass legends who hit a lick on the biggest museum ever, but all got caught in a month. Should have hit up Lester for some better escape plans. Mosquitoes get spotted for the first time in the wild in Iceland, which scientists are giving warnings about, and they're linking it to climate change. Also, it means we're probably gonna have another even hotter summer. Like, we're already suffering. Can we please stop? Ireland elects
Make sure to kill remember to kill mosquitoes.
Catherine Connolly is the 10th president of Ireland. Scientists create a serum that regrows hair in 20 days, meaning Turkey may go bankrupt and baldness may be cured soon. Regrows elects Catherine Connolly as the 10th president of Ireland. Scientists create a serum that regrows hair in 20 days, meaning Turkey may go bankrupt and baldness may be cured soon. They conducted tests on—
If I go bald, I'm definitely gonna use that. I genuinely fear that I'm probably gonna lose, like, I'm probably gonna have a bald spot in my 30s.
lab mice for the serum, and their bald patches fully grew back after 20 days. The lead researcher himself tested it on his own leg hairs and had his hair fully regrow after 3 weeks. I can't wait in 2035 to buy my Tylenol hair growth pills and enlarging pills. The future is gonna be so great. China enacts new laws to require social media influencers to have degrees in subjects they talk about. And America enacts new laws to require social media influencers to have degrees in subjects they talk about. In America, all we gotta do is
that's honestly a good law.
And fix about 90% of misinformation. It's mainly meant to target medical and financial advice. Although the way I think of it, wouldn't it be pretty easy for a scammer to go to school, get a degree, and then lie about things still? At that point, I assume they just execute them on the spot for lying. NVIDIA becomes the first company to be worth $5 trillion. And if you didn't pick it up, about a couple of sections ago in July, I just said it hit $4 trillion. If we're keeping it on track, by the end of next year, it'll probably be worth $10 trillion. Like, y'all gotta understand how insane it is to be worth $5 trillion. If NVIDIA was a country, it'd be the 3rd largest country in GDP. I say f it, give them $10 trillion and cut their taxes and then tax the poor. Trump ordered—
they could easily help with the U.S. debt.
Nuclear weapons testing for the first time since 1992. I love my World War III threats. This always feels great. France makes it illegal for supermarkets to throw away edible food and instead have to donate it to food banks. The horror of charity. I know. Neo, the first household robot, officially releases for pre-order in the US. Its main functions is supposed to be helping you with house chores like washing dishes or folding clothes. Make sure to turn it off when you sleep though. You don't want that freak potentially hopping on you at night. You can get it—
Is that the marionette, bro? But that should be like stuff AI should be used for, not replacing my job, not replacing jobs, not making movies, not making animations. They should be doing my house chores so I can have more time to do other stuff efficiently in my day.
Order in the US. Its main functions is supposed to be helping you with house chores like washing dishes or folding clothes. Make sure to turn it off when you sleep though. You don't want that freak potentially hopping on you at night.
That's just the fucking marionette, bro. What is that?
You can get it for a monthly price of $500 a month or $20,000 to own. And technically for now, it isn't fully automatic. There's going to be remote human operators controlling it. Doesn't that defeat the purpose though of automatic AI robot? It's
fucking clanker.
They're going to get sold out on first day release anyways. Jamaica gets hit.
That's the kind of robot we get, but we don't get the sex robots. Remember that post? I remember that post saying we were gonna have sex robots in 2035. That never happened, unless they pull out a miracle today. But they got like there's basically 12 hours left at this point.
With the strongest hurricane in its history, with winds of it being 185 miles per hour and causing over 100 deaths. Rest in peace to those that passed. It's wild how only 100 people died from 185 mile per hour winds. Great job by the government for evacuating people and helping as many people as they could. For the first time since 1990, the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40 chart had 0 rap songs, with people saying this is the end of rap and it's getting the rock and roll treatment. Nowadays, no one's trying to be original and everyone's trying to get a hit on TikTok, so I'm not surprised. If only Ye didn't become Ye, he could have saved us for real. Prince Andrew gets stripped of his royal titles and kicked out of the royal mansion due to all the Epstein controversy, and you can never forget about clips like this.
We're staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay.
That's all I needed to hear to know the dude's guilty. Memes of this month were things like I show speed face, white.
This face is amazing. Now think about, is this AI or? I see an art signature there, so maybe it was
Rabbit
drawn.
Pointing at clock, Hassan Pike.
Oh, fuck you, Hassan.
Dog and blue collar SpongeBob. November 2020.
Fuck Hassan, dude. And he literally went on saying that he's happy that he's rather being called a dog shocker. Like, actually disgusting behavior.
The LA Dodgers win the World Series in Game 7, becoming the first team to win consecutively since the 2000s. China releases a new divorce law that stops spouses from taking the other person's property after divorce, meaning gold diggers shall no longer exist.
Honestly, that's a good law.
Dick Cheney, George Bush's former vice president, dies. Let's all give a moment of silence for him. Egypt's most expensive museum opens to the world, costing...
I was also considering making a noise, but I don't know. I know nothing about this guy, so I was like, alright, I guess I'll do it, but I'll just wait and see what happens and then this video, so... Ah! There's my not
Egypt's
moment of
most
sound.
expensive museum opens...
Rather a moment of loudness for people like him.
To the world, costing $1 billion, covering the history of the country and how it came to be. ChatGPT bans it from giving health, legal, and financial advice. Probably because people were using ChatGPT to diagnose their actual illnesses and not going to the doctor. Every time ChatGPT
honestly, that's a good
update,
thing.
it shows us how lonely the world is because they have to update the app more and more to make it less parasocial. Zoran Mamdani becomes the mayor of New York City, becoming the youngest mayor in over a century to lead New York. America got so much aura that people around the world cared about this election that aren't affected by it. Denmark signs a law.
He's got a lot of shoes to fill, so good luck.
To ban kids 15 and under from using social media, with the reason to protect children's mental health and well-being. Good luck to those kids. The horrors of touching grass will scare anyone in 2025. The U.S.
Unironically, I think that made it worse because literally I saw a video of like at a mall where kids were just rioting, so it's clear that it didn't work. And also, as an avid grass toucher myself, like, suck it up.
Mints its final penny, ending its production for 232 years. The penny, despite being
so
worth
ridiculous.
1 cent, costed 3.5 cents to make, which lost the U.S. Treasury millions. And no one really used the penny anyways, but it is sad to see her go. This would also be the second time Abraham Lincoln's head got taken out. Not the best luck for him. Jack Dorsey gets arrested for blocking a road.
Fuck you, Jack.
To Miami and also having drugs.
No,
this year
I'm standing up and clapping. Thank God for this disgusting individual's arrest. Name a person out there who actually supports Jack Doherty. You can't. He's a horrible person. He's a despicable man.
Things people disagreed on, but we can all agree that this was a great sight to see. Tom Cruise received his first ever Oscar and a well overdue one. For a man that's been leading Hollywood for like 35 years,
he should have like 10.
Off and asked him why now. LeGoat James becomes the NBA player with the longest career in NBA history after his 23rd season starts. Trump signs an official bill to release the Epstein files after months of scandal and fighting it to not be released. He caved after both political sides agreed to the Epstein Files Transparency Act and had no choice. I know his ass was pissing out.
Only one
opposed. He was not expecting this in his presidency. If it does end his presidency, he's probably happy with how much he made in the time he was there. I Show Speed won Streamer of the Year at the Esports Awards.
Oh, Esports Awards. I thought this was... That's at Streamer Awards, Image, so I thought it was going to be the Streamer Awards, but that was in December.
How much he made in the time he was there.
But he deserves it. He deserves that.
A new study found that raccoons are in the early stages of self-domestication, meaning in the future it may be common for people to own pet raccoons. If I see one of y'all's pet raccoons stealing my food out my pantry though,
we can have a future Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, just know we got a Second Amendment for a reason. I would love to own one of these though. Just look how cute it looks. Twitter/X rolls out one of the biggest social media updates, making accounts reveal the location they're posting from in order to combat bots. And nobody expected the scale of how bad the botting problem was. You had hella MAGA accounts being based in places
in Nigeria. Honestly, a funny update, but I don't think it affected me that much.
India or Nigeria. The DHS account being based in... This update proved that internet theory is real, and I feel most people knew that. Because you'll never meet anyone as extreme on it or even close to it in real life. Well, it turns out it's because these don't even live here. The Indian call center scams and Nigerian print scams stopped working for old people, so the scammers got smart and became political grifters. Call them scammers, but they're smart and they know what makes them money in this climate. Scientists release a study that New York City is sinking and it may be at flood risk. It's going down on average 1 to 2 millimeters per year. It's understandable when you think of New York because without buildings, it's purely an island. I'm sure people in our century will be fine, but the next...
Yeah. I'm probably going to have to deal with this in my middle ages, which I'm definitely scared about, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens, honestly.
Might randomly wake up and sink one day into the ground. The first anti-aging dog pills get funding from the FDA, meaning dogs could potentially live an extra year of their life. Memes of this month were things like, "We are Charlie Kirk," quarters.
Ugh, stupid garbage song, and I'm never going to listen to it.
Zips, AI baby laughing, and Cassius Thundercock. December 20.
And none of those memes I really care about, and kind of suck. Alright, final month, guys. We made it. We're almost done. I think I made this a lot longer than it should have with all my pausing commentary, but we made it. The final month, December.
2025. RageBait gets named Oxford Word of the Year. And just so we can keep up historically with things, their 2024 Word of the Year was Brain Rot, and their 2023 Word of the Year was Riz. These are about to be our future CEOs and engineers. Dog, we're cooked. The amount of RageBait
stupid.
This year was insane though. I say we replace it next year with positivity. God. Versace, the designer brand, gets bought out by Prada. Versace had a good run. It's not 2012 anymore, and people don't want to walk around looking like this. The co-founder of Kalshi, one of the biggest betting websites in the world right now, becomes the youngest self-made female billionaire at 29. Mexico officially changes its work week from 48 hours to 40. I understand how Mexicans are so hardworking because they've been working 48-hour weeks up until now. 40 hours itself is still way too much in the big 25 coming up to 26. If I become president in the future, just know I'll do 30-hour work weeks. I shall speak at sued for $1 million by a robot company. This is due to him going on stream with the robot and beating it up, apparently breaking it. I get a lawsuit, but $1 million?
W clank the destruction.
15,000 to make. I hope he wins just off the bullshit number they're throwing. Activision announces they're no longer doing back-to-back releases of Call of Duty games.
That just comes to show how bad Black Ops 7 did. And as someone who actually officially played it, I didn't purchase it by the way, but people around me did, yeah. Black Ops 7 was not good. There's good ideas here and there, but it's mainly just the fact that Activision ruins it. And also Skibbity Toilet.
Due to the last game release, Black Ops 7 being on by everyone universally. The game is so bad, it was released this year and is already on sale for $30.
Oh my god. The worst part about this is that there's passionate people working on this stuff, but holy shit. This is embarrassing, dude.
People have been saying instead of releasing a game every year, wait a couple of years, then release something crazy. Australia officially banned social media for people aged 16 and under. They released a list of what's banned.
And here's what I talked about. And this is what I talked about before. Also specifically exempt Discord, GitHub, Google Classroom, Lego Play, Messenger, YouTube Kids, WhatsApp, Steam, Roblox, and
not
notice how Roblox isn't
being banned, but weirdly.
Also, let's see in here. Honestly, these two are like Kick was a very good ban, I will say. Twitch is an L ban, YouTube's L, Reddit's 50-50. I never heard of Threads. TikTok's a good ban, Snapchat's a questionable ban, and Twitter's a bad ban. Like these, like the social media apps getting banned are a bad idea. Basically.
Enough, they left Discord to not be banned. If you wanted to protect kids, this should be the first one being banned. It shows you how our generation.
Like Discord and Roblox should be X'd out, especially Roblox right now, considering how bad the reputation has become this year.
Genuinely have zero knowledge on things with the youth and what happens. The ban is poorly implemented too because people have bypassed it with printing out pictures. The architects of AI get named as Times Person of the Year.
Bad idea because the AI bubble should be popped by now, and yeah, it's disgusting.
Can't wait to see all these dudes go bankrupt when the AI bubble pops. Zootopia 2 becomes the fastest PG-rated film to make $1 billion. John Cena officially retires.
Honestly, that's deserved, and
ending his legendary 23-year run. WWE might.
We'll never get anyone like John Cena anymore. Actually legendary figure right here. Despite the fact that he turned heel earlier this year, but God bless you, John Cena. Hopefully, he'll remain good the rest of his life.
Cooked after this. Like, what does it have, Logan Paul? There's not a single soul there right now that could live up to this status. We salute you, Off King. The Oscars decides to move to YouTube starting in 2029. It's crazy seeing the Taj.
Starting 2029. Oh boy, I can't wait to watch the Oscars for. Oh boy, I can't wait to watch my first Oscars of the year 2029, guys.
Change growing up and all the old media dying off and coming to social media. Okay, this time
it actually happened.
The Epstein Files
actually got released, and well, I think you'll explain it.
Officially released on December 19th. And you'll be glad to know that no official politicians were shown in it except Bill Clinton. Meaning Trump did nothing wrong, our politicians did nothing wrong, and we can all move on.
Talk about blacking out. I don't know if I can get a close-up of my phone. This is one of the documents that the Justice Department released. It's 100 pages.
Right,
This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. It's all
Redacted
black. It's
to
just
Kingdom
100
Come.
pages of redaction. That's the transparency we're getting here.
I don't even understand why they released it when.
Like, if you're gonna do this to the files, just don't drop it. We learned nothing.
This was gonna be the result. They really rolled the out like how Cardi did I Am Music. We got pictures of Winnie the Pooh with it for some reason. More framing of Michael Jackson, who it's already proven by a victim he did nothing there. This man has been gone for 16 years and is still getting false allegation slander. Crazy. They made a mistake.
Leave Michael.
Mistake though, because they got Trump on one line. In a court case from 2020, it's explained that Epstein introduced a 14-year-old to Trump. He then elbowed him and said, "This is a good one, right?"
Where Trump then smiled and shaked his head in agreement.
A couple people
God,
in
I'm
the
gonna
government definitely
vomit.
getting killed over this one. I can almost guarantee some intern there completely forgot to take this out. There's no defense for a 60 or 70-year-old man to not know the age of a goddamn 14-year-old child. To me, the way it looks, either way he's if he says he didn't know her age, people will say, how can you not tell that's a child? And if he lies and says it's fake news, the most likely outcome, he'll look more guilty. According to one of the main politicians,
damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, Trump should be in jail.
Ro Khanna, who led the effort to release it, they only released 2.5 gigabytes out of 300 gigabytes. Not even 3 or 4? How many people were involved in this? And the day
300 gigabytes is like 33% of this laptop.
After they started removing the couple of photos that Trump was actually in the files on, which weren't even photos of him doing things with anyone, it was already public photos Epstein had with him. I can't fathom a US government being this incompetent and thinking people are this stupid. It's not the 70s. We got internet and social media where we see everything now. I hope we see more in the future, and all the people
We got eyes and we got voices. We're gonna use them.
People involved in this have to be kicked out the government. I'm sure in the next year's timeline, I'll be covering the impeachment and arrest of the people who covered this up. Jake Paul fights Anthony Joshua, getting knocked out in the 6th round and getting.
We love you, Anthony Joshua.
Surprise, surprise! When Jake Paul
how's that reality check?
Or a random homeless man he found in the street, he gets completely clobbered and folded on the spot. To me, that's a.
Love you. Good job, Anthony Joshua. You made the world smile, even only for a few days.
Perfect way to end off the year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of 2025.
Honestly, not really, because we still had a good amount of stuff happen, like 1 million more like files of Epstein files getting revealed, getting discovered, I think. I'm not sure if that's 100% true, but still.
Thank you to everyone that watched me this year. We're going for the milli for sure by next year. Make sure to sub to my second channel in gaming. This is definitely one of the hardest videos I've worked on myself, and I'm hoping 2026 will heal us for the better. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
See you next year. And there we go. And that's the 2025 timeline, and fuck me, that was one hell of a ride. So, all right, once again, is it because I'm in theater mode? There we go. But well done, TommyNFG. He did. Oh yeah, top comment I actually saw, not including Coldplay Kiss Cam is a crime. That's probably the biggest thing I'll put against him, that he missed that, but yeah. And another comment that he liked, this year was real life South Park episode, which honestly just true. Like, so much bullshit happened this year that, oh my god, dude.